Well, we spoke about this being a special place to come and play, and we then spoke about how we wanted to approach the game. And players, I wanted the players to play big, to play fast, aggressive with the ball, and that's exactly what they did, which I think shows a sign of this young team that just embraces challenges and is growing and developing fast.
And 4 wins across the championship. How delighted are you with this campaign as a whole?
I think the team's been progressing for a period of time now. If you go through, you can see the growth in the team. And whilst for a period there, getting the actual wins, we were just falling a little bit short. But gradually, the team has stuck to the process. I think the team's taken enjoyment in the process of getting better. I know I enjoyed the process of getting better, and you're seeing. I'm really pleased for the players and the supporters who were phenomenal today, that they are seeing the fruits of their labour on the pitch.
And particularly with this, finishing your Six Nations away from home, a venue that often hasn't been too easy for England to come and get results, performance that dominant, can it have a bigger effect than kind of any other win, if that makes sense for this young team?
Well, the first and foremost thing is the next thing is for these players is hopefully lots of them will get picked for the Lions, and I think the players have probably created the good headaches for Andy, the kind of headaches as a coach you want to have of lots of players putting their hand up and showing a case of they should be on that plane for the Lions, and we as a coaching team talked about part of our role. It was Kevin Sinfield who proposed it, and he said part of our role is to get as many of these players on that plane as possible. Our job's to help them do that. So hopefully there'll be a lot of England players go heading down under in a couple of months' time on that Lions plane.
And with your team selection, there was always the question of what happens if you get a second row injury, what happens if you get an injury in the centre. You had both of those today. How pleased were you with the way in which the team was able to adapt?
Really pleased with our preparation. That looked at those factors. Chandler's embraced that and done real well, and the man next to me has helped him, and the young second rows in the squad. He's helped them a lot in terms of their development, and I don't think there's very many better people to learn from than Marrow. So Chandler did real well, and Ben Earl there. We've played Ben Earl in the centre during games plenty of times before, and I think there's a possibility of starting him at the centre at some stage in the future. He's such a quality player, and I thought he was outstanding there throughout that second half.
And Mara, just a couple for you, if that's all right. I know with a performance that good across the whole team, it's maybe unfair to highlight a couple of individuals, but if I can ask you about Ben Curry and Henry Pollock as well, with a couple of tries on his debut.
No, they've both been fantastic. Ben has done extremely well over the campaign. He's been probably one of our most consistent performers. He brings an extra level of dynamism and excitement to our team. He is a ultimate competitor and is always in and around the ball, always scavenging, always trying to get turnovers and make hits and runs for our team. So he's been fantastic. As well as Henry. Henry has been with the squad now for a little while. He was with us in our first camp in Girona, went away with the 20s, played a couple games, and just been training. And, is always a tell sign when you have a young player who's absolutely annoying when he's on the other side. He's been, absolute pest, but he's been training so well, and I'm delighted that he was able to get an opportunity. And then when he came on, he played so well.
Forward to cheering on Scotland?
We've done what we're supposed to do today. We've done our job. Now it's out of our hands. Whatever will be, will be. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If not, we've still had a good day. So it's a positive result for us no matter what happens.
Okay, James.
Steve, you said at the start of the season about really evolving the style of England's attack. When you look at that game today, the things that really spring out of it was the amount of detail that went into that performance. Things like the moving around of wingers, the interplay, the back row and stuff. How exciting is it for you as a coach to have that perfect storm where everything comes together in that performance?
I was just having a conversation a few minutes ago in the change rooms with Andrew Strawbridge, who, when he first joined up with us, was just over a year ago at the start of the Six Nations last year, and he talked to me about development of the skill development, the handling skill within the team, within the forwards, within the whole team, and he has pushed that skill development throughout from that first day when he discussed it with me, right the way through to this week, and he's pushing me more time on that skill development. And it's brilliant to have a coach of his quality and experience, helping the players develop. And I think things like that take time, and I think we're seeing that. I think the team's been growing for a while. Actually, the thing that pleased me the most, I think, is we had a game in round 3 where it was a game that was difficult against a different tactical challenge against Scotland, who did very, very well. And we took lessons from it. The team found a way to win in that game, despite not playing exactly how we wanted to, and then have evolved and challenged themselves since that point in time. So I'm delighted that the players continue to work on the process of being better.
And Mario, from your perspective, when you're on top in a game like that, it's really easy to drop off. You've got that big lead and so on. It really showed a killer instinct today from you guys. What was your message out to the boys in terms of keeping the foot on, accelerating, keep going and not relenting, and seeing the opposition off really?
Well, I guess the message, not just for me, but our other senior leaders, Jamie, Ellis, Ford, etc., was to keep the pressure on. We're aiming for today to be a bit more of a consistent performance throughout the game, and I think we did that. As always, there were periods where probably a little bit ill-disciplined, let them into our half a bit more than we liked. Even in the beginning of the second half, we had a period where we weren't quite firing, but then eventually our defence got us back in the game. We're able to start playing. So, that's something that we're going to have to keep building on and keep striving to get better at.
And Steve, last one from me. I know there'll be a lot of talk about back rows in the press over the next couple of days. They're outstanding. But maybe word for Tom Roebuck and just what he brought to the game, especially in terms of his positional play, moving across the wings to the outside in a number of areas.
Yep. So Tom, for a number of weeks and a number of times, both in the autumn and particularly in this Six Nations, Tom and I have had some conversations where I've given him the news around selection, which is not the news he wanted to hear, and each time talked about the quality he brings and the strengths in his game, and the fact that we've got somebody on the right wing, Tommy Freeman, playing as well as he is, and he's just got to be ready for the opportunity. And we talked about an opportunity will come, and the opportunity came this week, and it's to Tom's immense credit that he has just worked and worked to develop, to keep developing, to keep working to produce that performance. I thought he was outstanding today in the air, with his carry and keeping the ball alive, feeding the ball and giving other players opportunities. I thought he was tremendous.
Okay, Nick.
Steve, can you just talk about Maro's first campaign as England captain, and you talk about the line of Andy Farrell came and asked you for a recommendation? Would you offer it?
I think Maro's been absolutely outstanding. He leads by example, and throughout every day, and he's stepped up his game. I think that's an important thing to note. He's improved in many areas this campaign, so that really does set an example. And he's an experienced player both at Test level and Lions level, and I'd have full confidence in Maro's ability to lead the Lions should Andy ask him.
And just on this summer and taking this team forward, what's your plans for the summer tour? Do you plan to bring in younger guys in South America and the USA?
Well, hopefully there'll be a lot of players from this squad going on the Lions, which I think will it'd be brilliant for them. For such a phenomenal experience. Anybody who's experienced a Lions tour, it's a brilliant experience to have, and I'm sure if they do, they'll come back being better England players for having that experience. And if they do that, then we'll have a lot of opportunity for other players to come and wear the England shirt this summer. And I know there is a lot of players wanting and desperate for that chance. So that's an exciting thing for me as a coach, working with some players that potentially I don't know as well, welcoming them into the England fold, and I think that'll help us on our journey.
Mario, just lastly, what do you plan for the guys this evening? What's the plan for it?
nothing too crazy. I actually don't really know what's going on, so I imagine I've got a little bit of post-match to do now with the Wales team. Then I guess we'll go home, go to the hotel, spend some time with our family, friends, loved ones, connect. This is going to be the last time we're here together for a while, and we'll just have a good night together.
Okay, Simon, last one, mate.
Steve, just on the lines, I think it was 2013 where Wales got the win over England and suddenly a load of Welsh players get on the plane. Do you think we might see the reverse this time where after this result, some of the more England players get on that plane?
That's completely up to Andy, as you'd expect me to say. And we set out at the start of this week was put ourselves in a position as a team to be in a position to win the tournament. And that's what we said we were going to do at the start of the tournament. That's what we kept true to that throughout. And at the same point, with each individual, push their case for selection for the dream to play for the Lions. And I think lots of players did that. I think that's the exact. I'd imagine Andy. That's exactly what he wanted. He wanted as many players playing as well at such a level. So he's got some great tough decisions to make.
Thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you.